Today I'm going to explain about describing flow systems. So what is Kanban? Kanban is to manage and improve systems that deliver services to customer. Kanban board usually used to define a series of a process. There are few conditions need to produce Kanban system. First is must have signal, usually visual signal. So this signal is to limit work in progress. It is derived from combination of cards displayed on work in progress limits column represent the activity. The second condition is identify commitment and delivery points. So explicit or a tacit agreement between customer and service. Either the customer wants an item and will take delivery of it, or the service will produce it and deliver to the customer. Here is the sample of a Kanban board. So this board shows the various stages of process which is ordered from left to right. So this board consists of pool of ideas, proposal, selected, development, accepted and completed columns. So the column between proposal and selected usually where the commitment point started, and the delivery point will be the point between acceptance to completed. So from the acceptance to the completed stage, it usually will be used to calculate the delivery rate, and the work in progress, which is selected, development and acceptance area, are considered as work in progress area. Applied to process prior to the commitment point is sometimes referred to as a discovery Kanban. So the delivery point is where items are considered completed. There are certain terms used in this Kanban board, which is lead time. It is the time when an item is between commitment and delivery points. Second, customer lead time is the time where customer wait for the item. Deferred commitment, it is the distinction between creation or arrival of a request and the commitment to fulfill the request. Anomalies, usually anomalies occur due to certain conditions. The first is when customer has not agreed to adopt a pull system and still pushes work for delivery regardless of capacity or capability to process it. Second is when the service delivery is internal to a wider network of services and not directly coupled to the originating customer request. Third is work in progress. Work in progress is a collection of considered items under a system along with count of numbers of these items. Last is delivery rate. This is the rate which items are delivered. Delivery rate by applying Little's law, where delivery rate is equal to work in progress over lead time. We can also calculate the period of item under consideration by replace lead time with time in progress. The formula is throughput equal to work in progress over time in progress. Here we use throughput. Throughput is used if the end of process under consideration and it is not delivery point. General practices of Kanban. Little's law provides an important insight into Kanban systems. In order to optimize the lead time for work items, we must limit the work in progress. Little's law can be demonstrated on a cumulative flow diagram. The approximate average lead time and the approximate average work in progress are marked on the diagram. The gradient of hypotenuse is average delivery rate over this period. So the formula to calculate is average delivery rate equal to approximate average work in progress over approximate average lead time.
Visualize the workflow Kanban. Visualizing the workflow is the first step in the Kanban system. It is aimed to improve process flow and understanding how the process currently works. Each step in the process flow are corresponding with a column or lane in the Kanban board. There are many benefits to visualize the process flow using Kanban board, such as to give more accurate work predictability, clear view of the process flow, and a better understanding of the process flow. This is one of the card example used in the Kanban board. A card normally contains information as the name of the task assigned to, task ID, task descriptions, estimation effort, and the task priority. Card War Example 1 Basic Kanban Board. There are various of ways to visualize the process flow using Kanban board. The most basic visualization is by using the Kanban board. The basic Kanban board comes only 3 items or columns. They are to do, in progress, and done. It is suitable to introduce Kanban methodology to a new team. Card wall example 2, 2-track board. Second example is 2-track board. The 2-track board is suitable for multiple track of process flow on a single cardboard. This is suitable to speed up 2 different processes within the same time. Card wall example 3, Moscow priority board. The third example is Moscow priority board. It is splitting a single column into multiple rows. It is using the Moscow priority technique that emphasizes 4 different levels of priority, such as must have, should have, could have, and won't have task item. Steps to visualize workflow. There are 4 steps to visualize a workflow. The first step is to identify the scope of the process. One of the examples of process that uses Kanban is a software development process that involves workflow from design, implementation, test, and release. Step 2 is to dissect how the process works and articulate what goes into making it as an actual product. This is involved in identifying the inputs and outputs to accomplish the task. Try to examine what needs to take as input, processing it, and release it. Step 3 is to translate process steps to lane or columns in the Kanban board. This step is to start assembly the inputs in step 2 and visualize it with cut to each of the Kanban lane. Step 4 is where we can start pick up the task and put all the workflow defined to work. In this step, we can continuously improve the Kanban board by defining the limits of work in progress, or also known as WIP. Here, we can also improve the efficiency of tasks by adding more of process metric for a better workflow and management. And lastly, here are the examples of the available Kanban tools to visualize your Kanban board.